Hi everybody and welcome back. Now this lesson picks up or continues on exactly from the last one. So now that we have the user's ID securely in the temp session, we can now retrieve it on subsequent pages. We'll do this by defining a current_user method to find the user in the database corresponding to the session ID. So let me pop open a sample file here, or a blank file, and let me just pop in some sample code. So this is not to be written in right now at this very moment, but it's just to show you what I'm talking about. So with new method we can write the following. Current_user dot name. So we'll be able to display in our views using this piece of code the current user's name. We'll also be able to redirect _to current user. To find the current user, we could use the find method, but if the user _ID doesn't exist, then this will raise an exception. And the reason this could be an exception is the following. So session, we saw this in the last lesson, user _ID. This can often be nil. So for example, for non-logged in users, they won't have a session or a user ID. To handle this possibility, we'll use the find_by method. We used this method previously defined by email address. So we could use something like the following. User.find_by. What do we want to find by? Well, we want to find by ID. And what is that ID? Well, the ID will be the session, the user ID of the session. _ID. There we go. This method returns nil instead of raising an exception. To define our current_user method, we're going to follow a common Ruby convention, which is to store the result of user.find_by in an instance variable. And what does that look like? Well, let's jump into our sessions helper. So I probably have that open from our last lesson, which I do. So that's located in app helpers session_helper. And here it is. Now let me add in a couple of spaces after the second last end here. So on line 4, let me add in a space or 2 spaces, and let me say def current_user. There we go. If session user_ID, and then at current_user. So now we're creating an instance variable of the current_user. Double pipe equals user.find_by. What do we want to find by? Well, again, session user ID. Close that off with an end, and another one. Oh, render autocomplete. No, end and end. There we go. Let's save that. So here now on line 8, we can see in this line of code an example of the OR equals operator, denoted by the double pipe and the equal symbol. As a user object is true in a Boolean context, the call to find_by only gets executed if the @current_user hasn't yet been assigned. So there's a link here at the bottom of the screen to the OR equals operator, which is commonly used in Ruby, so I encourage you to go and learn a little bit more about it. We're now ready to make the changes to our application based on a user's logged in status. So thanks for listening, and I'll see you in the next lesson.